Hi, welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying these calligraphy, Christmas calligraphy sessions that I've been doing on my YouTube channel. This is the final one. We're going to do a lovely Merry Christmas wreath, not so crafty, a little bit more calligraphy and refining your skill. For this, I've got my trusted pint glass, so you could use a compass, but when I was practicing, this was the perfect size for me. So we're going to mock it up quickly in pencil, and then we're going to go over with nib and ink. So here we are. Pint glass, put it in the middle, just because I like to have a little template and know what I'm doing. For these kind of sessions, when I'm mocking things up, I prefer to use a mechanical pencil because it takes up less room and I can see, more detail. Now we're going to write Merry Christmas. So I know beforehand that I want my lettering to be slightly angled and not perfectly straight. So I'm just going to do a little line here. Another one here. You can, if you wanted to, make it completely guided up if you like, but for me, I'm just going to do a quick workshop for you. So we're going to start with the word merry. Bearing in mind this is going to be a wreath, so I don't want it to be touching the sides too close. I want to make sure my M isn't taking up half of the space here, and I'm jamming the rest of the lettering in. So we're going to do a lovely little flourished M to begin with. One down. Keep the rest of it nice and simple. Okay, with the Y, the descender area, I don't want it dropping down too much because it tends to get in the way of the T part of Christmas. See. A little flourish coming from here. So I'm a little bit too close for that Y, so I'm going to make it slightly more horizontal so it doesn't clash with the T. There we go, happy with that. Bring the T up. Nice little crossbar there. So yep, I'm happy with that. Maybe we can make the C a little bit bigger. Okay, it's really important to look at this. I'm thinking about the spacing. We've got the ovals are the horizontal, vertical. So that will do. Happy with that. Now we're going to do a little wreath around the outside. So rather than just chucking things on straight away, I'm just going to have a little look and kind of create a little key chart or a little graphic of what elements I want to add. So I know that I'm going to want to add some of these flourishes that kind of taper off. They're quite good filler flourishes. I know that I'm going to want to add some of these kind of folky stars, which I think look really festive. As usual, I know that I'm going to add a couple of these dots, try to get them in various sizes or varying sizes. So large, medium and small, 3 together always look really well. I know that I'm just going to want to have some leaves. Coming out. I also know that I'm going to want some Christmas tree spruce strands. They're always quite handy. I know that I also like this, which is again is quite folky. Okay, and then we've got some finer ones. Fill it all in. Happy with that. Maybe a little bit of mistletoe. Always looks really well, and it's really simple to draw. And we've just got just a couple sleeves here. it's entirely up to you when you do this if you're going to fill those in or just have them as outlines. I generally prefer to have them as outlines, but it'd be interesting to see what you do. And obviously a bit of holly, which randomly isn't the best thing that I can do. I'm not very good at drawing holly, but when it's all mixed in together, I think you can kind of just get away with it a little bit. So holly, some sort of evergreen, mistletoe, again 2 little flokies, spruce, some leaves, star, flourish, and little dots. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, put one of those in, which again is one of my favourites. You could also do a couple of those, which look really good. So now we're going to get started, and we're going to start. I always tend to start here and here, and then over here I want them to go kind of that direction and this direction, and then bring them down here and here. Okay, so it's like, you know, putting, you know, a little template of where you start and where you want things to go. And then with these kind of graphics, illustrations, you kind of have them coming around a little bit more to sort of bulk it up so it's not too thin. So we're going to just rub that out quickly. Okay, so I know that I'm just going to start with a little spruce here, so a line and a little spruce. And now you can kind of see how that pint glass plays into things a little bit and makes life a little easier. So spruce. And then we're going to do the line, leaves. Now you may or may not like the lettering catching the side of the roof or going, you know, intertwined with it if you wanted it to. It's completely up to you. So a couple of those. Okay, and then maybe some more spruces on this side. Now, I'm by no means an illustrator, so I can tell you that you could probably do this a lot better than I am at the moment. Let's put some holly. Yeah. One thing I have learned is if you're doing things like holly and flowers, make sure that it's a decent size, that, you know, it relates to what you're doing, because I tend to put my holly making it too big. And then I'm going to pop a little star in this little area. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to work down here. Probably going to work on this side next. Okay, so let's pop some mistletoe. So I'm just going to make this line a little less dark. So mistletoe coming down. I think it's nice when it kind of comes out of the reef a little bit. There's a little bit of mistletoe there. Maybe got going on. We've got these, we've not used these yet, so little spruce. More holly along here. Now I know that I like a little flourish on this bit, so move the paper around. Pull it around that way. Okay, and then we're going to go join it along here, so we bring this down or go this way. So I'm just having a quick look. I'm going to probably bring it down here. Do some leaves. Yes. A couple little dots along there, which I'm quite happy with. I'm just going to bulk this one out a little bit more. quite like my wreaths to be quite, you know, everything compact and not so spaced out. Go up here. You can go into loads of detail with these wreaths. That's what V2 is it? Let's go spruce. Nice, easy little sort of filler plant. Maybe up here. And let's just pop another flourish on. Okay, and so that's the first sort of part of the wreath. We're now going to just make it a little bit thicker. Got a lot of space here. You could put a little, you know, flourish in there if you wanted to. Put some stars up there, but we're going to pop some more things along here. So I'm going to add some mistletoe coming out here. Some more leaves there. There. Little star here. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to actually put some more bits along here as well. So it looks more like a wreath now. Right, so that's the first part. Now the next bit is we're going to go over it with our nib and ink. I'm just going to use a nice Sumi Ink, a Nikko G Nib. If you wanted to go into, you know, fine detail, maybe a Guillot 303 or 404 would be quite nice. So I'm going to do our Merry Christmas first and then go over, do the wreath afterwards. Take your time. Okay, so we've got our lettering. So I'm going to start, you know, around here. I'm going to move it around so I don't get my hand in any of that lettering whatsoever. So we're going to start with our mistletoe. You know, you can make adjustments as you go. If you're not happy with aspects of it, and you can obviously rub it out beforehand. It changes as you're adding your ink. So I'm just making changes as I go around. Change that style. Move paper around. Kind of like, you know, everything that I create, I like it to connect, sort of intertwine in between each section. I also like it to be quite delicate, but if you wanted to make it thicker, you can obviously add more pen pressure. Change this direction a little bit more. There you go. So obviously wait for this to dry. Because it's Sumi Ink, I leave it for quite a long time. You know, rub out any of the pencil marks and you can apply this to Christmas cards. You can, you can practice it in your own time. It's quite good for wreaths. You can add your own sort of embellishments. You can do it in metallic ink if you wanted to, but just basically have fun with it and just be Christmassy. So if you like that, I again really appreciate it if you wanted to tag me in it so I can see your work. Obviously like, subscribe and comment below. So